Welcome back to Broads League Heroes with Triple the Heroes. A 3v3 on the appropriately named Canyon of Tribulation. Let me introduce you to our heroes. We'll take off team colors for now. From the G Angel clan, it's Toby CGN. Going with the double gas opener, which is definitely a new... oh, no, he's an extractor tricking. Okay, fancy. Next to him is Noise. And last but not least is Smaug. Nope, Smog. You say it like Smog, right? That trigger a lot of people. Smaug. Anyways, that's our northern team. To the south. It's from the whatever that clan is. Spigolo. Nali Vali as Terran. And another Terran. Curlian. Smeog. What is this? This is... Why are you cannon rushing from the middle of the map? Oh wait, that's not a cannon rush. That's... He is trying to forge fast expand and just cut off the whole half of the map. In a 3v3. Of course, there's a forge on the other side as well. That is, very ambitious. There are... In fact, the red team, I believe, does see it. Yeah, they can see the forge. So this is... If he gets away with it... well, is he actually going to build any cannons is another important part. But if they're able to cut this map in half... So there are some interesting parts. There's the, El Dorado bases over here, the gold bases, but you can only access them by the ground if you take out a set of rocks on either side. Of course, you can drop like a probe over there or something, but these juicy gold bases are a little bit harder to get to early on. Oh, he's just gonna build a lot. He's just gonna build a lot of cannons. All right, so I don't know what I expected. This is kind of par for the course, but he's just gonna build a bunch of cannons. The gateway coming up behind. Let's take a look at what the other players are doing. Curlian. Going for the Destiny Cloud Fist build. Nalivali finds himself... Where's his barracks? Oh, part of the wall. Smartly done. The teamwork is there. And actually, not a single unit lost. Not a single unit lost. Nobody scouted besides Overlords. We're just doing our builds, going about our business. And have no concerns. A layer's on the way for Toby. He's got a casual spine crawler, an evolution chamber. Noise with the Dark Shrine. A classic choice. Is that a second line of cannons? All right. 3 pylons to back it up. He's really locking this down. So many pylons. Spigolo just building the wall here to keep his opponents out. It looks like the first damage could be coming out of Smaug. His Oracle coming out. And of course, the cannons at the front, not great defense against an Oracle in the base. The base of Spigolo is entirely exposed. Of course, he has 2. But in comes the Oracle of Smag. He's going to be able to rip through the probes. Let's see how quick he reacts. Not particularly quick. But there is a response from the team. We'll drive the Oracle away. The cannons are... He's cannon rushing the rocks. We have a grand total of almost 100 actions per minute for our blue team. The red team seems a little bit more accomplished, hovering around 180 total. And of course, like, I mean, you're already committed. If they take down the wall, you're screwed anyways. You might as well build everything here. The rocks are down, and the gold bases are open for business. A double drop coming out from Curlian. Honestly, this actually seems like both sides might be coordinating, as in they play arranged teams. Arranged at what level? Who knows? But the War Prism, he's got a Dark Shrine. The probes pull away in fear. I've never seen a War Prism do so much damage on its own. But the double drop at the back. He's going to be ripping through the drones of Toby. The only Zerg on the map. He's got a Hydralisk down on the way. I believe he has a Lurker down as well. It's at the back of the natural, but he doesn't have the units yet to clear this up. Down goes the Evo Chamber. Is he actually dodging Broodlings? The serious business micro. A Dark Templar being warped in by noise. He's going to be able to rip through the probes. Gee, what? Toby, that's it? Toby! What? Oh, he didn't. He's not tapping out. He's not leaving the game yet. A Dark Templar going to work. There's a Phoenix here. I'm just taking note of that. A scan comes out, but Curly and Toby comes for the save. The premature GG. The question will be now, start the counter. How many GGs do we see this game? A DT going to work, but unfortunately the Warp Prism taken out. There is a weapon refit on the way for Battlecruisers. No Battlecruisers yet, but they'll have their Yamato cannons when they get there. These bases have all been taking quite a greedy strategy by the blue team. There are a lot of bases on this map. This is one of the most economical. Like, there are a lot of minerals and gas to be mined for all of the players. It's one of the largest 3v3 maps. Maybe just maps in general. But Spigolo is going to be a gold digger. Some Phoenixes coming out. The worker counts are in favor of the red team overall. But the blue team has access to more resources in the long term, and that can definitely be a factor. The cannon wall at the front, finally the Overlord going to be taken out. No longer able to scout. A Dark Templar going to work, but this is happening. Have you ever seen a missile turret kill a Dark Templar? Well, you have today. If nothing else, this game is now worth it. Some lurkers done from Toby. The Phoenixes act as a shield. If only we could build those type of carriers. That's like a Tempest and a carrier. It's like they put the Tempest on the back of the carrier and then realized that was a design flaw and it crashed into the ground. I assume that's what happened. 12D. So, Nalivali going to make sure he's not supply blocked for quite a while yet. Battlecruisers on the way. Neither team really willing to commit besides Kirlian with the double drop. Some Void Rays from Smag. A Nidus Network is the choice out of Toby as well. But the defenses are quite strong here. Wait, the Void Rays are trying to penetrate through. Lock on to one of the Phoenixes. They're not pulling back. There's no turrets here to help out. He charges up the Void Rays, which doesn't actually help him kill the Phoenixes at all. Slows down the Void Rays, but does look very scary. It does help against that armored Nexus, though. The Nexus taking a lot of hits. The Prismatic Beams are almost gone. He is actually able to kill the Phoenixes. He has enough Void Rays. What kind of upgrades are we looking like? He does have +1, almost in range of the missile turret. He's going to be forced to back off. One Void Ray goes down, dancing back and forth. The Phoenix is a little bit more agile. The base in the orange. Damage being done. The Phoenix is doing their best. The Void Rays did not take their Adderall today. They cannot focus, but they finally get the Nexus. A Phoenix will be taken with them. But it looks like he'll get one more Void Ray. Another one with the Phoenixes at the back. Wait. The Void Ray getting baited back in. He can't decide what he wants. So, the supplies remain the Toby and Nalivali, the Terran and Zerg. Well, there are two Terrans, but the Terran with the mad depots have reached 100 supply. Everybody else is struggling for it. Well, Stargate Command is 5 carriers on the way. 5. The Sky Toss, but Battlecruisers as well, which can technically counter carriers. This Nidus Network, I don't have high hopes for. I don't think this is going to be incredibly successful. Mostly because there's a planetary, a Terran army, and a tank already. But he can pop out 3, 4, oh my god. Well, I mean, we're here now. In comes a Void Ray in support. I take it all back. Now, okay, so turrets killing lurkers. So much, like, these turrets, the real MVPs. You've seen missile turrets kill DTs and lurkers this game. What a beautiful experience. The Phoenixes with the Wombo combo, the lurkers all die. So, unfortunately for Toby, the Nidus actually finished and was able to unload, meaning he just lost all of his units. The double gold base is taken. Spiegel, oh, Could you let someone else have something? Of course you can trade your resources to your teammates. I'm not sure if these players are... Oh my god. And the massive choke point continues to be reinforced. Shield batteries. I mean, I guess he has the minerals now. The fleet! The fleet! The battlecruisers are here. They have two, too. They have Yamato cannon. And they're very angry. I added that part myself. That's not an upgrade. They just start that way. They're like just a diamond Terran, okay? They just start angry. Just gets worse from here. Anyways. The cannon blasted to pieces. Scan. Sees the carriers on the way. The carrier's not so great against this. They do have armor upgrades and Yamato cannon. The carriers might not be the right move. A couple Yamato cannons coming out. Big blast. He's going to kill 2 carriers right off the bat. The last one knocked out of the sky. The Battlecruisers the play. There is a Nidus, though. He's found an angle in. The Hydras do not have... Well, they don't have Hydra speed, but he's unloading in the backline. Can he get up to the main? It's completely exposed. There are no rocks here. He even brought a couple drones with it just in case. So while these bases are being cleared out, the Battlecruiser, does he have anything to deal with them? Both players are going carriers. Oh, wow. The Hydra's in the backline. Spigolo forced to abandon his main, which is his least important base. He has all the other... Oh, my God. With Phoenixes on the way, the Armadas will be clashing. I don't know what just happened with my camera. The Stargates are under fire. The Battlecruisers raining down the laser batteries. Some Phoenixes going to start picking up the Hydras. The Battlecruisers to reinforce. The Hydras able to engage the Battlecruisers, but they don't have the most incredible upgrades either. The Terran stimming through the front. There are no lurkers to reinforce. He tries to get back in the Nidus, but some of them will never be going home again. The Battlecruisers continue tearing through all of the red Protoss's base, of which there are 2 who are both going carriers. So why distinguish between them? He jumps. You saw how hard it was for him to actually do damage. Those armor upgrades so effective against the interceptors. A massive Doom drop where one Terran goes out, another one comes in. The Doom drop gonna drop on top. Another Nidus at the front though. Oh, that's nope. That's too many Battlecruisers. Just working his way through, stemming towards the front. The Phoenix is on the way back. The red team, all they have are the carriers to fall back on. They still have the gold bases in the middle. Another Nidus coming up and another Nidus going out. That's a second GG out of Toby. That's 2. He's still in the game. The Battlecruisers still working their way through. They're able to defend. Carriers at the front, stalled out by the cannons and batteries. All the defenses are coming to bear. Where is the fleet? Where is the fleet? He has so many He has 17 Battlecruisers. There are 13 carriers on the field. I don't know what happened. Oh, Smaug has no carriers left. But on their own, Phoenixes can't stand up to the Golden Armada. Still, Toby types out a tactical fake GG. But I think the Battlecruisers will have enough. He's actually expanded here, by the way. Well, he probably did. He will get 1 Battlecruiser. Wait, did he jump? No, he didn't jump. The Terran army is inside Smaug's base. Another Battlecruiser? Maybe no. They realize that this has been established. The Terran army is going for 1 carrier. Excellent. Well, that's how to lose Marines very, very quickly. Down goes the entire Doom drop, but there's still anti-air in the form of Battlecruisers and Phoenixes all together. The upgrades now. 4 noise looking pretty okay. Yamato cannons coming out, take 2 hits to kill a carrier, but they come out quite quick. The interceptors being chewed away by the Phoenixes. The volley of Yamato cannons blasting through the entire Golden Armada. There's a carrier with 1 HP, but it can still fire its cannon. The carrier count is down to 10. Another Nidus swarm at the back. The main base is cleared out. They're all losing some of their production, but so Stargate Command is at the front. That robo is only for observers because no other units can escape. The Battlecruisers working through. The combined Phoenixes and Battlecruisers are more than enough for the carriers. Cannons underneath, desperately trying to get something done. Go home fast, he says in allies chat, which means he wants to keep his production alive. The Hydras are working their way through. The Battlecruisers trying to hold on. They will successfully. The carriers are crumbling. The carriers are falling. They have to rely on the Hydralists at the back. But the Hydralists are not a difficult enemy to kill. Yamato cannon. I mean, not Yamato. Tactical jump. He jumps on top of the Hydras. He dunks on them. Yeah, 1 or 2 carriers will go down. But how many Hydras must die? 97 so far this game. 19 carriers, 9 Battlecruisers. And the supply's actually surprisingly close still. despite all of that. Because Toby has still been mining from this base. He still has access with a Nidus network. They haven't... These backstabs are keeping the battlecruisers... Well, keeping the air fleet from actually being able to move through. There's even a single lurker to help out. If all the battlecruisers focus on this, then yeah, sure, they'll be able to take it out. A mothership is on the way for Spigolo. We're actually kind of getting to the point where we're thinking about starting to mine out. Yeah, we're still a lot of bases to be taken. A lot of Phoenixes are going to die to the Hydras. These will be taken out. A bit of overkill with the Yamato cannons. The drones will evacuate through the Nidus while the Hydras hold the last Vanguard. They got out of there. What an escape. But this has bought time for more carriers. There are a dozen carriers being produced. Both Protosses on the northern team, the red team, are building carriers. There are Tempests in production as well to replace the Phoenixes. The upgrades 3-1 and 2-2 on the carriers, 2-2 on the battlecruisers. He's kind of neglected those upgrades. He has money in the bank, does not leave Valley, but the battlecruiser micro is intense. There's still another Nidus. He's trying to reestablish a hold on the back. Some carriers on the left side. Battlecruisers on the right. One of the Armada. Oh, it's going to be split up. Divide and conquer. But you can only be in one place at a time. He goes for the fleet beacon. He's going to find it, but the Tempest in production might be able to help out with these carriers. A mothership, remember, is on the way, but it's at the base that is most currently exposed. Tempest will pop out. He has the opportunity. Is there a tactical jump online? The Hydras are in the back door once again. The carriers working through the front. The battlecruisers a little indecisive as to what they want to do, but Stargates are exposed. He's going to be able to work his way through them. The rest of the red team is pulling back the carriers as well. The Tempest joining up with the battlecruisers. Hydra's on the backside. He's going to be able to take out Spigolo's base for the second or third time. I'm not exactly sure how many. 3 battlecruisers will be caught popping out of the starports. I don't know if Nali Valley will realize that. He A moves to the other side. Doesn't realize that back home Hydras are already eviscerating the production. The Stargates are exposed, and Smaug's Stargates will go down. But there's a jump. He jumps back to dunk on the Hydras. The Hydras will not be going home again, but maybe they can take a battlecruiser or two with them. They will. The base will hold. The remaining battlecruisers left behind will be cleaned up by the carriers, and still we do not have a decisive advantage in this match. The supplies, well, Noise actually, our main carrier player, is maxed out with 14 carriers. The battlecruiser count has been whittled down. His starports as well. That's also an important factor. He's still building 6 battlecruisers at a time. The fact that that's not enough. The Nidus again! The first Niduses just didn't seem to get the damage done, but Spigolo is starting to lose bases left, right, and center. In the middle, the gold bases are mining out, and if they can't start to establish this right side, it's all gonna be over. The carriers at the front, a handful of Phoenixes are no match for this sort of firepower. He works his way through. Some Tempest in the back line. Another Nidus. I have no idea where that Nidus was. I just heard it. He's popping out more. The Tempest not where he wants to be. The blue team starting to crumble. The front fortress has been taken down. He rebuilt another one behind it. Where are the battlecruisers? Some Marines underneath. The Bioterran has been a little silent throughout this match. This command center, unfortunately not a planetary fortress, will not help out very much with the Hydras. Battlecruisers on the other side. It looks like he just flew over there. I don't think he used his tactical jump, but that's a lot of carriers on the front line. The Marines trying to work through the interceptors, but there are far too many. They do damage so quickly if you're not able to whittle them down. Another base going down for Smaug. He jumps home! He jumps on top of the carriers! This is the play, but where is the support? Another wave of battlecruisers jumping in! Yamato cannons from either side! He's gonna be on top of the carriers! Several taken down immediately! He needs to target fire, otherwise the interceptors will overwhelm! Terran support is coming in! He's actually working his way through the carriers! They've lost the bases! They've lost the expansions! They've lost the front! But they have not lost the game! The fleet is destroyed! The Armada crumbles! And the Hydras, well, they continue to harass, but the battlecruisers jump in again and save the day. More Hydras will go down. 166 Hydras, 24 battlecruisers, 40 total carriers this game have died, but the battlecruisers, and by the way, there's a DT here, unrelated. Attack, says Spigolo. Well, what does it look like he's doing? But unfortunately, the battlecruiser's Tempest quite a counter. The base is under fire. One battlecruiser sniped out of the sky from long range. Those Tempest difficult to deal with. He can jump on top of them, but tactical jump is on cooldown. Another one crumbles. The base is starting to wear thin. The gold base is almost mined out for both sides. Another Nidus in the back. 2 tactical carrier counterattacks coming in. The Nidus will be a big part of this. They're continuing to re-expand. Anyways, whatever that... I think we got the general idea. Yeah, we did. Okay, now he clarified. 4 battlecruisers jump in, but there's a Nidus. He expected only the carriers. That wasn't enough. The battlecruisers will go down, but so will the carriers. Are the battlecruisers enough to actually fight this? There is a queen in the mix. The rest of the bio will actually be tearing through the front over here. The battlecruiser will be repaired by the SCV to be able to clean it up, but he lost more than he bargained for. So now what? A rare moment without a counterattack, without a tactical jump. There are 12 battlecruisers on the map, 10 Tempest, 1 carrier. Smog does not have any units. He just lost his only carriers. He literally only has probes right now. And then Spigolo pretty much only has probes as well. There's 1 player on each team that essentially does not have units. We've got our support players here. And the bases are starting to mine out. I said it almost as a bit of a joke earlier. Like, well, if we do mine out, that could be serious repercussions. I did not expect to get here, but it's getting close. The Tempest, where are the Yamatos? The Yamatos required to get it. Well, he's going to be able to knock down the Tempest. 2 shots per Tempest. Working his way through. Chewing up the Tempest count. The Marines stimming in. Maybe a little late to the party, but they're here. They take their stim packs. And they're ready to rumble. But in the back, once again, a Hydraless Nidus backdoor counterattack. And they're never left alone. Kirlian's army at the front. The Nexus evaporates. Another one on the chopping block. The battlecruisers jumped back and once again will smack the Hydras away. But once again will be dragged back to the other side of the map. Toby, for maybe the last time, he didn't type GG that time. He's done it twice. He's left the game. He's had enough. He's out of mineral. Well, he was mostly out of minerals. He lost 200 Hydras almost. That was enough for him. His teammates will get his income, though, so it's not over yet. It still comes down. Orange, do you minerals and gas? Always an important question to ask your teammates. Very relevant at this stage of the match. But without those Nidus backstabs, no matter how cost-effective they were, what is there to stop the carriers? I mean, from the battlecruisers and the Marines from working their way forward. There are 5 non-charged lots on their way across. A Dark Templar going to work. There's barely anything left to mine. But the DT finds the perfect angle. The Zealot's going to join him. There's still a dozen carriers in production at a time here. The scan, not predictive map hacking scan. He did miss where the DT actually was. Oh, here we go. Wait. Oh, he's going over here. He boosts. The DT still going to work, and the Nexus will be saved for whatever it's worth. 113 minerals and a few hundred gas. The battlecruisers, the Yamato cannons come out. How many carriers are there? There are 18 on the map right now. The Yamatos need to be thrown before the battlecruisers are taken out themselves. Will he jump away? This is not looking as cost-effective as the other fights. Nali dipping in supply. He's able to take out a lot of the carriers, but not a critical mass. There's still Tempest in the back shelling from afar. Still a lot of interceptors on the field. He's trying to target down. It appears the Yamatos are exhausted for all the battlecruisers left alive. The interceptor is going to work. They take a while to get through all the armor of these carriers. Of the battlecruisers, rather. It's hard to tell at this point. A lot of domestic strife while this massive capital ship battle is happening. Who is yellow? It is the other Terran player, the one going bio. But the battlecruisers are whittled down and Nali Valley under. 100 supply with not that much in the way of bank. Thing is, while there's still a lot of carriers, there's not much gas at all. The gas is nearly, well, there's still access to some, but there's not much gas. They don't have a huge bank of gas. They can't just rebuild all these carriers. They're trying to feed. Oh, they traded all their minerals and gas into the battlecruiser player. They're putting all their proverbial eggs in the battlecruiser basket, but the Marines actually might win the day. Underneath the Armada, gunning down carriers. The target fire is finally there. The interceptor's being thinned down. He scans because why not? Gotta be careful if there are DTs, but the interceptors are eviscerated, knocked out of the sky, but the rest of the carriers are on the other side of the map. One carrier fleet will be taken out, the one from Noise, but Smog has rebuilt his armada, and he's continuing to work his way across. If he can get on top of the starports, that might be checkmate. The supply's still surprisingly even across the board. That's very ambitious by those two battlecruisers. He could maybe get it. He probably won't even get the Yamato cannon in time. Nali Valley is starting to crack under the pressure. But Kirlian gonna catch all the transferring probes on the Trail of Tears across the Canyon of Tribulation. Another battlecruiser and another one. He's looking for Yamato cannons. The reinforcing cruisers barely are gonna get their Yamatos off. We'll take out one carrier in return, but they're going to fall themselves. The boys trying to repair, doing a good job of it, but the battlecruisers aren't focusing. The Bile Army doing its best. He's underneath the other carriers, the reinforcing carriers. This is a huge pickoff here. It could decide everything. There's just not that many Marines. There's not enough Marines. Reinforcements are trickling. We'll get one more carrier. There's still some. Nope. I take it all back. The carriers are too strong. Spigolo has left the game. Of course, he didn't have many units left. He doesn't have money in the bank. Nali Valley does. Mining is reestablished for Noise, but they're out of Nexi. They're out of minerals. They can't rebuild that many intercept. Okay, Noise can. He has the money. And like so many games before, will this match end? This tank just free pickings here. Will this game end with a bunch of carriers? Oh wait, he's building battlecruisers. There's 3 more cruisers on the way. He can take out small bits of this army. The Marine count has dipped very low, but battlecruisers and Marines combined definitely still have a shot. There are 2 carrier fleets. He's rebuilding his fusion core, and he's building some barracks. But not only they're still mining. If they can just handle one at a time, they need to isolate, divide, and conquer. Kirlian loses hope. All that are left are the battlecruisers. Nali Valley, while he still has minerals to mine, while he still has battlecruisers to build, he will not give up the fight. Medevacs are down. One man stands against everything. These battlecruisers must kill many times their number in carriers. They already have 58 carriers have died, but so have 55 battlecruisers. The Yamato volleys come out. 2 carriers right off the bat. A third, a fourth. Almost. Another Yamato. He actually retreats. Another carrier. He knocks him down. I don't think he lost a single battlecruiser. There's only 13 carriers left on. I say only, but he held. And the carriers just aren't doing that much damage to the battlecruisers. They have so much armor. He's finished 3-3. That's big. There's not that much mining for the red team. It's 1 Terran against essentially, well, 1 Protoss. Technically, the Zerg, well, he left the match. He's still giving income to his teammates, but there's next to no mining left. So really, it's the Terran battlecruiser fleet against the final set of carriers. Noise is rebuilding some, but he really just doesn't have that many. This is not an unwinnable position here for the Terran. In fact, he has 12 battlecruisers to a total of 13 carriers and 1 Tempest on the map, and they're not from the same player. Well-placed Yamato cannons. Are they off cooldown? He's off cooldown. The volleys are ready. The boys are ready. It just takes 1. But is it time? Here come the battlecruisers. The Yamato cannons unleashed. The SCVs repairing underneath, just blasting through the carriers. They're not doing nearly enough damage. More Yamato cannons from downtown. He can jump to chase as well. So many carriers obliterated. 1 battlecruiser, maybe 2 fall in that fight. But completely worth it. He's building 5 more. He's almost out of money, but so are his opponents. The battlecruisers are on the chase. A handful of interceptors nagging This is happening, but the battlecruisers will save the tank from dying to drones. The interceptors are dying as well. Wait, that's not necessarily true. The boys are pulled. This is the real battle here. Starts to target down the carriers. One battlecruiser falls. He's going for a second, but the carriers are falling much more quickly. Noise is dipping in supply. He's not even retreating anymore. The SCVs underneath, there's only a handful. They will keep the battlecruisers alive. 14 battlecruisers. What is there left? What is there left? Noise has some money. Nali Vali, he's been building cruisers the whole game. He's lost 58, but he may have found victory. The drones will kill the tank. The real victory here. The drones of a player who just... But the bases will fall. Tempest on the way. Noise is expanding to the opposite side on the carcass of bases past. As we've kind of got some role reversal here. Are the other players? I'm not even sure they're in the game. They are. That base dies. This is just the remaining players trying to mine with those remaining drones. But will the battlecruisers be stopped? He's desperately trying to rebuild. That's still not enough. There are now 19 battlecruisers on the field. The closest I think anyone has been to 200 supply. Another Nexus falls. Adding to the, actually we don't even have the buildings lost tab. Oh geez, a massacre of drones. But there's not much left. There is not, just accentuating my point. The Yamatos come out, the carriers caught unawares, despite the fact the battlecruisers were here the whole time. The first Yamato Valley doing critical damage. He's just working his way through. The Tempest try to retreat. The carriers are left. There's still a couple, there's one SCV heroically repairing underneath. And that's it. That's it. There's nothing left. There's no one left to stop them. The battlecruisers were held for so long. They had to come back so many times to deal with those Niduses, to deal with the carriers, to deal with the counterattacks, but no longer. The Yamato cannons, as they work their way forward, no more Stargates, no more carriers, no more Cyber Cores or Nexi or anything. More Yamato cannons coming out, the Tempests are gone, the Spore Crawler's helping out, but it's not enough. And more in the front. There's nothing, there are no units left. There's only, there are no Protoss units left. Noise taps out. And the Terran fleet. Proving battlecruisers, the best unit in the game. I think we can all agree. We're just waiting for Smog to decide there's nothing left. Will he wait for the buildings to die? Is he that salty? It's a great question. Scans across the board. Maybe he's AFK. We don't know. He actually had like 7 Stargates back here. Is this a victory lap? Oh my god. Remember, there are only 2 players left in this game. He's scanning like, what do you have? He's building probes! He's building probes out of his teammate's old base. It's like, oh, I have a dream. Oh, he built some Hydras! Okay, the Hydras. Smog tried his best. He built a handful of Hydras. But, fighting it out till the very end. The very, very, very end. The very end. You gotta appreciate his tenacious spirit. I don't know if the Hydras are gonna save the day. But Nali Vali and his band of misfits and his battlecruisers will take the match in a roller coaster. 621, 194 interceptors, 58 carriers and 16 Tempests, 24 carriers, 231 Hydras. Hundreds of thousands of resources lost. 68 battlecruisers. But Only one victor. If you think Battlecruisers are the best unit in the game, make sure to like, subscribe, and whine about balance in the comments or in Twitch chat, or maybe just yell out your window. Very important. I almost didn't do the like begging. We got it. All right. I'm a professional YouTuber now. We'll just edit the rest out. We'll just edit it. All right.